meters away. No, 4.5 meters and a left turn away. So we're just going to be coming out here. Swords, questions. Ian, are you here?
Yeah, I'm over here with the mad chicken.
Okay, so there's a mic. Really?
Yeah, do you like it? It's a chicken.
Is that the microphone or is that just a chicken?
That's just the chicken.
And you've got a microphone as well?
Yeah,
okay, Ian's got a chicken and a microphone. I don't know why he's got the chicken, but the microphone. The chicken is comedy.
Yes.
And that's interesting. Anyway, so Python will be out and you can ask some questions. Try not to ask if you do lines of things, like if you say Romans go home to them, then there's nothing I can do with that. You know, sometimes people do that. People used to say to me, okay, sorry? Yeah, exactly. If you say bits like that, that's right. But do ask them about lives and working with things, how they feel, and that, all the stuff that's about. Then they can answer that stuff. So, and you're here to ask your questions. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Are you excited? Because you look kind of. Are you excited?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, okay, Monty Python will now hit the stage. Eric Idle, ladies and gentlemen. John Cleese. Jerry Jones, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Now John Cleese. Michael Palin. Derek Williams.
Yeah.
Very good.
Oh, this is real.
This is the first question.
Yeah, the first question.
I'd like to do the first question.
You want to answer the first question?
No, I want to ask the first question.
Okay. You've got a microphone, just say it.
No, is anybody here from Philadelphia?
Yeah.
Have any of you been involved in horses?
Yeah.
Plastic surgery?
Yeah.
Were you doctors? For me, when I got my head kicked in by a horse and sewn back together, were you a doctor?
No, I'm a doctor.
Okay, got that out of the way now. Now, question from the others.
Every time we've had the Philadelphia from
Okay, we're going to have a question. So, Ian, first question.
First question here at the back.
Where are you? Where
I'm Andrew from Ottawa, Canada. Curious on the musical influences of Python, who's responsible for the music, how you guys chose, where you went with it?
I think music's mainly John, isn't it?
Mozart.
John wrote most of it, and Eric.
No, it's everybody actually. I mean, Mike and Terry wrote Every Sperm is Sacred, which is a wonderful. Mike and Terry wrote Lumberjack. I tried to just choose things from everywhere. John wrote a very funny Chopin Polonaise. He also wrote, I've got a ferret sticking up my nose. I'm sorry, I'll read that again, song. So I think comedy is very close to music, and musicians
I knew the Lumberjack song was, I remember Terry and I finished the Lumberjack sketch in about 15 minutes, just ended up something we had to, a man called Fred Thomas, who singers, did all music and Python. We had to hum it down the phone to him and he put music to it. So actually we should give Fred Thomas full credit for Lumberjack song.
Excellent, Lumberjack song. Okay, next question.
Over here, just look for the chicken, guys, and that's where the question's coming from.
First of all, this is not a personal question, it's a question of general interest. I just would like to know if you're wearing a hat with ribbons on it and corks at the end of it, how can you manage so that they don't mix up? Because you've been dancing around with them. I've just been sitting down, watching you, and they're all wind up now. How do you do it? You're amazing.
You've got a hat with corks on, how do you do it?
Excuse me?
You know what I do?
It's your question.
I don't have a hat with corks on. You're illusionating.
No. You know what a corky is? Do you know why it exists like that? No. It's an Australian hat to keep the flies out of your face. It's a very cheap way of keeping flies off your face in Australia. Most other countries have flies. They're real things.
Yeah.
Okay?
So, I think let's go. Okay, next question.
You want to look for the chicken, and next question.
Skylar from Omaha, Nebraska. I have a question about your creative process, actually. I know that There used to be a great rows between you, Mr. Cleese, and Mr. Jones. Mr. Cleese, you were the Anglo-Saxon, and Mr. Jones, you were the Celt, and there were these great rows when you were coming up with your program. Your best work, do you feel like your best work was created kind of in this crucible of tension where you go up against each other, or do you feel...
Fucking journalist.
do you feel wonderful?
Yes, you've been reading the Daily Mail.
We've got another question here. Look for the chicken line.
Well, hang on.
You want to answer that one?
Hang
Sorry.
on a second.
I should have said the main problem was that I'm English and Terry is Welsh. and Terry has never been able to accept the fact that the Welsh race was put on the planet to carry out menial tasks.
Terry, any response?
Easy.
Terry, any response?
No, the English run all over us.
Except for the fucking Tudors. Welsh. But I want to know, do you think your relationship with Manuel in Fawlty Towers is something you deliberately parody in the relationship with Jack?
That's where I got the idea.
Well, John, you did beat the shit out of him.
He moans on and on about it, but I made him a star, baby.
Okay, right, then we need to do a selfie at some point, Eddie. That's
Oh, yes.
all.
Well, let's do the selfie now then. Okay, so everyone is going to stand up, turn around, face the back, and do a selfie with Python behind you. This is your... Everyone's facing that way, and in your own time, shoot yourself and Python in the thing. That's how it works. It doesn't make a logical sense.
Sorry, guys, I'm having fuck all of that. I'm just not going to take a photograph. Church and stage!
I'm not part of the market. My photos are much more expensive, I'm afraid. Yes, it's £2.37 for that. It's a good question, isn't it? Okay, that's the end of the
Okay, look for the chicken. The question is coming.
Okay.
Next question. Who has actually tried Scrum?
Who's actually, guys, who's actually...
Thank you, Terry.
We had deep fried crab. Really good. Alright, got it?
It's not the best.
Eric, go.
I'm a vegetarian. I don't eat meat, so I haven't tried that.
Next question.
Next question.
Kim from Binfield. This is for Terry. Terry, just like you, I went to
Hang on,
tennis.
there's two Terrys.
Terry Cleese or
Jones.
Yes, Terry Cleese and Terry Pelly.
Yeah, not Terry Paley. Just like you, I went to Teddy Hall. Just want to ask, was this character here, Bruce, actually named or founded from Bruce Mitchell, who was the Don there, or was he actually a friend of Michael's, which is what Wikipedia says? I mean, it's a long time ago. I really
It was the guy, the film director called Bruce, an Australian film director, who I was so friendly with in Notting Hill Gate, and we parodied him. Yeah.
Eric wrote the sketch.
So Eric and John and Graham wrote the sketch, actually, yeah.
Okay, we've got the next question. Where the chicken is?
It's Rick here. Got a quick question for you. I just retired after 23 years in the military, and I know this is supposed to be your last show, but would you consider doing a show for the military overseas?
Who's military?
The gay navy!
We will work only for the Ukrainians.
I think that's unlikely.
And we've got the next question here by the chicken.
I've got a question for Eric. I'm a guitarist. My guitar's called Dean. I was wondering if you named any of your guitars, and if you did, what would be called?
If I name them?
Yeah.
I don't really. I mean, they have names because they're built often by hand. So it's a Farrington guitar to a degree, you know, there's Taylor's. I don't know. Really. I'm sorry.
The next question for the
Eddie.
Hello. My name is Luis. I'm from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Okay. Yeah, thanks. 7-1, yeah.
Bad shit, man. Bad shit.
Yeah. About the meaning of life, the movie. When you made it up, it seemed to be even harsher than your earlier work. Did you do it? Oh, come on, we're gonna do this the harshest we can because we're finishing, we're breaking up with the group, and let's do everything that we didn't do before, or it wasn't just by accident that they started a little harsher.
You mean the tone is harsh?
The tone, yes, yes. It's
not
as brilliant as the others, but harsher.
I don't think we'd soften it up. It was more difficult to write than the others because you didn't have a central narrative like, you know, the life of Brian had a narrative. Holy Grail had the search for the Grail. Meaning of life never had a narrative. So
are you trying to say that attacking Jesus Christ is not harsh enough for you?
Crucifixion is fairly harsh, I do believe. And then next question.
Yes.
So, continuing harshness. It's Ian's got the mic.
Question here about your front.
Where have you got you?
Hi guys, well done, very well. It's great to see you on stage after all these years, like 30 years, is it? Great. I've got one question. You've parodied everything that I can think of, but is there something in the Python minds that you should have parodied and you regret? You haven't done it. Is there anything?
probably, yeah.
Well, what is it?
Press conferences. I don't know. I'm only speaking for myself, I'm sure.
I think comedy is a young man's business, and your job as a young comedian is to reflect what's going on in the current culture of the time. And we're old farts, and we no longer have those.
Eric, you old farts, you can do something now. You can really parody something.
We're only now obsessed with our own extinctions and where we can afford dinner and where we're going next in a day or two. So that's the nice thing about being old. You don't have to tell everybody what's wrong with the world today. It's up to Eddie.
Yay! Okay, guys.
Another question over here, guys.
Yep.
Hi, my name is Alex from Vienna, and I'm only having one question, and that's very easy. I hope so. And it's, is the penguin actually from Antarctica or is it from the zoo?
It's from the zoo. Yeah.
Yeah, it comes in every night.
Yeah.
Very regular.
Okay, next question. Hello, hello. Erkki from Finland, hello.
Finland.
I love your references to Finland, I really do. So,
It's a lumberjack.
where are they coming from, Joe? Have you anybody close been there before or something like that? 2 years, a traveling one.
Michael wrote Finland's a song, beautiful song.
Scott says it's a real country. It's a real country. I like Finland.
I thought he made it up.
I love Finland. And it's a modest, quiet country. It doesn't sort of throw its weight about. It doesn't invade other countries. It doesn't cause trouble. It makes some, well, used to make some very nice sort of cell phones. And it's a very, it's one of the most successful economies in Europe. So it's not a silly song.
I think the line, or just watching TV is really...
It's there for the ride.
Thanks for making it, Michael. Thank you.
Hi, it's Bill from Adelaide in South Australia.
Good night, Bruce.
Bill.
Bruce?
Just wondering how hard this was doing. How hard was this to do without Graham?
Much easier. Right. I mean, the nice thing is, I really think that Graham is integrated into this show in a way he's never sort of, since his death, been before. And I love the fact that the audience see him come up and they all cheer, and at the end when it says Graham's life, there's a great roar. And that's fantastic.
Yeah. Woo! Well done, nice one, Graham.
The truth is, it's much easier to do it without him.
Who's next?
This is for Jerry Gilliam. I'm Kathy from Philadelphia.
Yay!
If you remember, a few years ago, you fell off of a horse named Lou.
Wow!
And you were kicked and had stitches. And I just wanted to let you know that I'm the taxidermist that stuffed
Okay, we got one here.
Hello, this is a question for Michael. You ever fancy doing a stand-up tour on your own?
Oh, well, plug! Must be my editor there. Yay! In September, I might be going to various cities in the UK. Yes, thank you very much. I'll be doing one in September and October.
Stand up?
Well, not stand up, but I'll be standing up.
No, Chinese not stand up.
No, yeah. This is a show. I stand up.
It'll be an evening with Michael Palin, yeah?
Thank you, yes.
An evening with Michael Palin. Tickets
Where's he
online.
What, you've been on the road? You turned down Australia, Canada, America, South Africa, and you're going on the road on your fucking own.
Sorry, Mel.
That's what happened to Jesus.
Fucking sorry, Mel.
That's what they said to Jesus when he was taken into the wilderness. All this could be yours. I said, no. Lives in Aberdeen.
For 40 days and 40 nights in the wilderness.
Yeah, I'm only doing 21 days. Okay. No nights.
Stop that now.
Hi guys, it's Neville here from Stafford. After tomorrow night, the last night of the tour, the gigs sort of stay here in London, you're obviously going to stay in a darkened room for about 24 hours. After that, what are you individually going to be doing, either personally or professionally? Obviously, leading off from what Michael's just said as well.
Oh, I'm going on holiday. I'll go to France and I'll read and lie around and drink pink wine.
There you go. Yes. There you go. Well, why not?
I've directed a film called Absolutely Anything, and so I'll be editing that. And after that, I'm going to do a musical called Nuts. It's about the Nutcracker Suite.